The goal of the elementary IB program is to develop internationally minded people who strive to create a better and more peaceful world. Through inquiry-based learning opportunities, students explore the meaning of rights and responsibilities. With a focus on the civil rights movement, students explored events and people in history who have worked to break societal barriers and elicit change.
By encouraging the learner profile attributes as well as the IB attitudes, we are helping to shape students into responsible world citizens. In this unit, students placed creativity at the forefront. Through commitment to learning about influential events in history, students learned how to respond to diversity by building empathy, respect, understanding, and connection. At Discovery, we approach learning through a transdisciplinary lens. Students explore concepts, issues, or problems through multiple disciplines to gain new knowledge and connect to real-life experiences.
In reading, we are modeling and teaching students how to analyze, interpret, and critique text in order to make meaningful connections to their reading. For this unit, students read 2 historical fiction novels to help them develop an understanding of the 1960s. As a class, we also read Ruby Bridges' autobiography. Students learned how primary sources can give us first-hand accounts of events in history.
One symbol I chose was the lion. In general, lions represent bravery and courage. Ruby Bridges was very brave when she was the only Black child to go to an integrated school.
I also put in the sun because it represents seeing things more clearly. I feel as though it represents her starting to change and understand more things, like how the sun rises and makes the world clearer by shining its light down. And lastly, I picked the color blue because it represents calmness. Ruby acted calmly in the crowd of angry protesters.
Colors on the shoe represent red and black, power, blue, peace and nonviolence, gray, maturity, white, innocence, and the symbols represent fire, passion, tree and sun, change, diamond, strength,
black is supposed to represent intelligence because Catherine was very smart and graduated high school at 14. I chose blue to represent peace, because all Catherine wanted to work was to work at NASA in peace and not be disturbed.
Through the bus window, Ralph could see crowds of people swarming the area just ahead of them. On his shoulder, he could feel his partner, Martin Luther King Jr.'s hand. He could hear chanting and shouting from the people up ahead of him. In a few moments, Ralph Abernathy would march with these people and form a large act in history known as the Montgomery Bus Boycott. The Montgomery Bus Boycott was a protest held by thousands of people that fought for equal rights, and it lasted for 381 days. Ralph's acts of courage helped break the barriers of racial discrimination. Although we continue our fight today, Ralph's efforts helped ignite the movement for change.
This is the mobile I built. It represents my will to help the environment. Right now, to help the environment, I'm recycling, growing a garden, and also building a CO2 sifter, and also planning on building some solar panel CDs.
Bringing awareness to snow leopards because they are very endangered and need our help. Snow leopards are also known as ghost cats. They're called this because they're very white and they run really fast. So they disappear into the snow and then reappear like ghosts. Climate change, they're endangered because of poaching, climate change, and mining.
For my story quilt, I drew mountains to represent outdoors. I like to do fishing, biking, and hiking for my outdoor activities.
So I am looking at black and white girls raised in poor families as measured by individual income. As you can see, lots and lots of people are staying in poor adult and lower middle class, but a few about the same for both are going into rich adult, which is nice.
Personal, social, and emotional growth requires students to be reflective thinkers. In the IB program, students routinely make reflections on their learning. They evaluate their strengths, celebrate their successes, and plan next steps for themselves. In this unit, students used Padlet, a digital bulletin board that allows for collaboration, to reflect on their learning, communicate their wonderings, and voice their plans for action. Throughout the unit, students explored how people in society have caused change, circumstances that cause civil action, and the diverse ways in which people communicate. Who We Are is just one of the 6 IB units we explore throughout the year. We look forward to starting our new IB unit